here we go. Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series where we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 17th episode of the show Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, as well as the 310th episode overall, titled Stolen Beauty. We start this episode on the Scorpion Stinger while Trakina is talking to a mirror, asking who is the most beautiful girl in the universe. Inside the mirror is a monster named Crumummy, which is a terrible name, and he says he'll tell her what she seeks, and he says, you are, along with all the other girls on Terra Venture. She gets pissed, knocking him out of the mirror, and she tells him to steal the beauty from the other girls on Terra Venture. Alright. In a plaza, two girls are attacked by random mummy bandages in purple and yellow, and Crumummy is there, stealing their beauty, which is just adding purple and yellow paint to their face, and then he adds gold sand to a jar. Alright then. Two more girls are being attacked by Crumummy, but his bandages are slashed down by the 5 Rangers, and Kai tells the girls to run. Crumummy speaks for the audience and says the Rangers are just plain annoying, and he fires at them, but they get through, hitting him down. Leo takes him on solo, and he hits him back enough to make him retreat, and the others run after him. Too late. Back in space, Trakina asks who is the most beautiful girl in the universe, and Crumummy says that she is because he took all the beauty, and Trakina says that she's going down there to see for herself. Crumummy will look around again just in case. Trakina then teleports down and she transforms into civilian clothes, walking by a lot of men who are staring at her and leering. Even some toothless guy who wants her, and he gets paint dumped on him. Seriously, everyone's getting hurt while like some terrible song plays and she walks in slow motion. This is just encouraging sexual harassment. She then sees Mike walking after him, tossing her lipstick away, and people fight for it, only to realize it's a cockroach. Mike walks into a bar, and Bulk and Phenomeus are here. I totally forgot about them. Bulk explains that they were in the science division, but then they got fired. Okay. Trakina walks in, and Bulk and Phenomeus are into her, and Mike is now elsewhere. Trakina sits at the bar, ordering whatever Mike is having, and Bulk just takes his food, giving it to her. Also, this place is apparently called the Comet Cafe. While Mike and Bulk argue, Trakina adds poison from her ring, giving Mike back his food. It also kills a flower nearby. She almost says that her name is Trakina when Mike introduces himself, but then she says that her name is Tracy. She's also very awkwardly waiting for him to take a bite. Bulk interrupts, saying that they're out of burgers, and Tracy gets pissed. Mike then sees the time, saying he has to go meet his friends, and he invites Tracy along. Why? She follows. On the Scorpion Stinger, Scorpius is coming out ropes to make a cocoon for Trakina, apparently, for her ultimate metamorphosis. This is fucking disgusting. In the dorms, Mike meets with the others with Tracy, who gives Leo, Kai, and Damon instant boners, freaking them out. Kendricks and Maya are super confused by this, and they introduce themselves to Tracy, who is pissed that they're beautiful. Maya then says, Mike, we were looking for you. And Kendrick says that they were on their way out, and Mike says, oh, she can come with. All 7 are walking together and the dudes are horny while Kendricks and Maya are pissed. Then a steel beam falls down, almost killing them, but Mike saves Tracy. It's Crumummy, who is back, saying that he's going to steal their beauty, and Trakina is trying to communicate that it's her, but Crumummy is real awkward about it. He fires wrappings at them, getting Maya and Kendricks, and Leo and Damon and Kai just look at this and go, let's get him. Like, take the wrapping off of them, maybe? They charge forward, but then they get fired down. Maya and Kendricks have their beauty stolen in purple and yellow, falling to the ground. Crumummy haphazardly adds sand to his collection, and Mike takes Tracy away. The others morph, taking on Stingwingers. Mike tells Tracy to stay here, and he runs away. The others are fighting the baddies, and Mike checks on Maya and Kendricks. Kai tells him to get the girls out of there, and he agrees. Also, Kai tosses a Stingwinger onto a bunch of others. Crumummy just teleports away. Tracy meets up with them, and turns out Mike didn't move the girls away at all. Leo says they need to get the girls home, and Mike wants to get Tracy home, and Leo is like, dude, your friends are hurt, and Mike is like, nah, bye, leaving with my new girlfriend. In a park, Trakina gets a couple of drinks, adding poison to one again. She sits with Mike, saying that he doesn't have to walk her all the way home, and Mike grabs the drink, saying it's no problem. She asks to stay a while, and Mike says okay, and he takes a long drink, choking and collapsing onto the ground. Crumummy shows up, giving Trakina the beauty, and she admires it, but Mike grabs it back out of her hands, dumping the beauty out to apparently return it to the world, I guess. It just flies away, and now in the dorms, it's like snowing on Kendricks and Maya, who are asleep. The paint on their faces disappear. Mike tosses the jar aside, and he explains that what he drank, he switched them, and that he thrown it at Crumummy. Leo shows up and Mike explains that he knew Tracy was evil because the monster didn't attack her for some reason. Kind of feels like a weak idea to go off of, but okay. Trakina disappears and the Stingwingers appear, so go Galactic and Magna Power. Leo and Mike charge forward, taking on the Stingwingers, and Crumummy starts to run away. The other 4 Rangers flip in, fighting off the Stingwingers too. The fight choreography this season has been consistently top notch, gotta say. The 5 then activate the lights of Orion, and Leo zooms around, hitting Stingwingers down. Mike takes on Crumummy solo, but he gets all wrapped up, somehow flying around into trees before he's dropped into a forest. Kendrick saves him, and the 2 of them take on Crumummy together, slashing the shit out of him. Feels like this could have been a Kendrick's Focus episode, huh? They kill Crumummy, exploding him. He is immediately giant, as they seem to want to do lately, so Mike calls out the Torozord, turning into the giant Magna Defender toy. Kendricks calls out for the Galactic Beast, forming the Galaxy Megazord with Lights of Orion sparkle added. Also, Mike turns into the Defender Torozord. Giant Crumummy zooms around, but then he fires at them, knocking the Galaxy Megazord down by taking out one of their legs. Apparently, according to Kai, this is enough for them to lose all power. How? Who cares? Mike does his lightning spin and the Rangers are magically back online, so fuck that. They use the Galaxy Megazord saber, turning Crumummy into literal chunks. In the dorms, Mike is doing a magic trick with a handkerchief, making it disappear. Damon, Kai, and Leo are watching, and Leo says it's all an illusion, and Mike calls Trakina's beauty an illusion. And then he just gives his handkerchief to some random girl in the hallway. What? They go to the girls' dorm and they're shocked that the girls are doing face masks. The show got dumb during this episode. On the Scorpion Stinger, Trakina sees the cocoon that her father shat out, and Scorpius wants her to enter so that she can shed her mortal beauty and become an insect with magnificent powers such as him. Trakina says thanks, but no thanks, but Scorpius says it's not really an option because everyone has to do it. He says it is her destiny, and Trakina says, I won't do it, absolutely not. And she starts to walk away, but Scorpius wraps a tentacle around her. He says that unfortunately she has no choice, but then she gets away, turning into a green ball of energy and teleporting out into space, escaping. The end. The only really interesting part of this episode is that Trakina is escaping from her father at the end, which is kind of setting up some kind of cool storyline for her, which I very much appreciate. However, the rest of this episode's a bit boring. I mean, I don't mind the beauty storyline, really. It's a dated idea, and it encourages strange sexual harassment stereotypes and gender roles that were a lot more commonplace back then. But in a vacuum of an episode of television from 1999, it's not overtly terrible. Then again, I'm a male, so my perspective probably isn't the best to judge it by. That being said, Bulk and Phenomeus, completely forgot about them, as did the show. Apparently they were scientists who now run a cafe. We don't even know how they got fired. They're just barely there. It's a really strange choice all around. Next episode is one of the weirdest episodes in all of Power Rangers history. But until then, may the power protect you.